Morning, February boy here. I'm going to do a video here about um, some situations that's been happening lately with healthcare. But anyway, my story starts with a friend of mine had to go to the hospital in dire pain. I mean, really bad pain. And and with the ambulance drivers and everything, they were complaining about the fact that she should have went to her own doctor. Well, it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was in so much pain that did an emergency. She wanted to go to the emergency room. So, understanding that a lot of times that people use the emergency room as their doctor, but she has a doctor. But the point is, she was in dire need of something to be done because she didn't know what it was. And even though the fact that she was having small pains for about a week, all of a sudden she got pains that were excruciating. It was so bad that she couldn't handle it. So, anyways, they complained about taking her, and they wouldn't give her any pain on the ambulance medicine on the ambulance. They took her where she wanted to go. She got there. Actually, they did some diagnostics tests, but they did a CT scan, but didn't use the dye. So basically, you couldn't tell if there was something else going on besides what was, could have been worse than what it was. Anyways, they give her some pain medicine and other things like that. But then they sent her home that same night without giving her a lot of diagnostics. So they, she still, into this day, has pain, but not as, it's not excruciating as it was that night. Basically, these ambulance drivers, to me, shouldn't have the say or complain about what a person says if they need to go to the hospital emergency room or whatever that they need to go, and they not say anything. It's not like she don't have insurance and stuff and everything gets paid for, so that's not the reason. It's just because maybe they just they feel like they want to take over because they're younger and not understand that this person's in her 70s and I'm in my 70s. So I don't understand why they are the way they are. I mean, it's ridiculous. So basically, I don't think the ambulance drivers and everybody should have a say so in somebody's health if they need to go to a hospital, and they should be taken to whatever hospital they want to go to, not what hospital they think they need to go to. So, because we all have different problems. I mean, I got congestive heart failure, so I try to go to the hospital where my doctors work out of. So, anyways, that's one of the situations that goes on, and in elderly people, we got life alert alarms and everything else. So what good is these life alert alarms if we can't get the help to get us to where we're supposed to go? I mean, it's like, we don't know. Do you need to go? Where do you need to go to the hospital? Do you need to do this? Obviously, if somebody's calling 911 or pushing an alert button, they need to go. That's the bottom line. There shouldn't be no arguments about that, and they need to really watch what they're doing. I mean, they need to get them there because most of the time we run around with pain all the time because we're older and we figure, okay, this pain is part of being old, and but when we get an unusual pain, something that normally doesn't happen to us. Of course, we're going to want to go to the hospital because we don't know what's going on. And you're saying you go to your doctor. Your doctors, most of the time, if you're going in there with something like that, they're going to end up sending you to the hospital too. So what difference does it make? So basically, these ambulance drivers are getting too much power, and they don't need this power. But anyways, that's one issue that's going on right now that I this really bothered me, so I had to say something about it. I know. Try not to complain about health care problems or health care individuals, because they got a hard enough job, but still we got a hard enough job trying to stay alive, or whatever we got to do. So don't give us a hard time when we need to go to the hospital, and let us deal with the fact that if it ends up not being a bad problem, then we're the ones that's going to have to hear it from the doctors and everybody else. We don't need to hear it from some ambulance driver who's just starting out in the medical field. But anyway, that's one of the issues going on around here. The other issue we got going on around here, we got so many people complaining about they're building new restaurants here. We're getting a Taco Bell and all this stuff. I mean, even though we don't eat that kind of food most of the time anyway. The point is, they complain, they even complain people that are, mom and pop things, and complain them right out of business. I mean, because they complain so much. People that need to back off, that because these little cities, we need all the help we can get, if it's from big box stores or big restaurants, or something as well known like Taco Bell, McDonald's, all these places that are around here. We need to keep them. I mean, in Dairy Queens and all these things, because that's business for for these little towns. These are not big towns, so we got to depend on some of the business and the tax money and everything else. It helps keep the taxes lower on everybody else. So you don't want to run businesses out of your town. It just don't make sense. Other issues that going on right now. I mean, I got so many complaints. I mean, and I guess I hold back a lot and just don't say nothing for a while, and then all of a sudden I say a lot. We got people that that get arrested. I mean, it's so, for DWIs. This is one that gets me. They can get 3 or 4 DWIs and end up not going to doing any time in jail or nothing. Some of them are getting by with it. I mean, or they set out and don't end up going to jail for a long time, because they keep putting off the court dates. The court dates are keep getting put off. DWIs, these people are doing these DWIs. If they don't start doing something quick, they're going to end up killing somebody. So my suggestion is that, you get a first DWI. Okay, let's say, okay, you made a mistake. Let's work with them. But after you get the first one, or then you get the second or third or fourth or whatever, we got an issue there. There's a problem. These problems need to be taken care of. And I mean, they need to be put away. They don't need to be let out of jail, because they're not going to learn. Because if they didn't learn from the first DWI or anything like that, they're not going to learn anyways. They're useless to society as far as I'm concerned. The alcoholics are useless to society, and they need to be dealt with accordingly. They're no different than a drug addict. They're not, because if you're going to if you're going to stay at home and drink or do your drugs or whatever and never leave the house, and you're doing it to yourself, that's your problem. But when you go out to society and start doing this stuff, then it becomes a problem of society itself. And that means for people that are on the road, the kids. I mean, come on, let's do something about this stuff. Let's be harder on them, not pat them on the head and say, "Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe you get better on the next one, or maybe we can send you to a AA meeting, or we can do this." And that's none of that's going to work. What's going to work is somebody understanding that they can't get by with stuff like that. Let's fix these problems. Let's don't mess around. Anyways, this is my bitch session, and take it or leave it. I don't care. But the point is, I hope things get better for everybody, and hopefully the next year gets better, and then have a happy Christmas, a blessed Christmas, and New Year, and whatever. But everything needs to go. There needs to be some changes. This is February Boy. Like, subscribe, comment, or share. I thank you for listening to me bitch for the last few years that I've been doing these things. I thank you for everything. Anyways, have a good day and talk to you later.